One person who Canelo's begging to win is Morrell. Oh my days, bro. Yeah. This guy's gonna be...
Well, it will be classic Canelo. Again, his fans will make excuses, but if we see David Morrell, you know, have a bit of an upset, not a massive upset because he's young. I don't want to disrespect him, but a bit of an upset and knock over Benavidez, and then suddenly Canelo's like, yeah, I want to fight him. I want to fight Benavidez now. I'm ready.
His fans would be like, this is why could you imagine what Canelo would have done? If Morrell's doing this, could you imagine what Canelo would have done?
It's not how boxing works.
But fans say that though. Fans say that. People were saying that when the boy knocked out
Andre Ward beat Kovalev on points.
Yeah.
And Canelo stopped him.
Yeah.
So does Canelo stop Ward then? No. That's not how it works.
But people say that though.
That's just look how stupid that is. Look how stupid that is.
You don't need to explain that to me. AJ beat Dubois. AJ beat Dubois comfortably. I mean, Dubois beat AJ comfortably. Yeah. Comfortably. Yeah. But and AJ beat Parker. I guarantee you Parker don't get cooked like AJ.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%.
So boxing is 9 times out of 10 it's the same. It's like rock, paper, scissors,
but it's sport. That's why we turn up and watch the fights. Otherwise we wouldn't bother. That's why we watch any sport.
People will say, I'm just telling you, people will say.
Then people are stupid.
Whether they're stupid or not, these are the people who are watching right now.
Some of you might be stupid.
There are going to be people. In a way, I hope Benavidez wins. But I genuinely don't have a dog in the fight. I like Morrell. I've actually met Morrell once, never met Benavidez. Yeah. But
I like them both as well.
I like both of them. I love both of their fighting styles. But maybe I like Morrell's fighting style more than Benavidez. But I like both of them.
I think from a boxing politics perspective, I think that Morrell's younger, so maybe he recovers from a loss a bit better. Do you know what I mean? Because like we say...
People just say he took it too soon.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? So like we say, we want to see... We think Benavidez deserves the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
And we know that losing to Morrell pretty much kills that fight.
I don't think it's going to happen anyway.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not going to happen anyway, but it definitely kills it.
Not even just that. Not only just that.
It gives Canelo the out.
Thank you. Because he's looking for the out. Literally, it gives Canelo the out. If Morrell beats... Literally, Morrell is doing Canelo's dirty laundry right 100%. Now. 100%. Because if Morrell beats Benavidez, bro, it's mad.
Canelo's probably given Morrell his chef for the training camp.
Bro, he's probably done bare things, bro. Trust me, like on a big and serious level. And like removing Canelo from the situation, because this is a great fight. Like we don't even need Canelo to be in this topic for us to even talk about it. As a fight, I feel like I have to respect both guys tremendously.
Yeah.
Why I respect Morrell, and I think we spoke about it in our last video, bro. This guy was chasing Benavidez at 68. Not Canelo chasing Benavidez. Yeah. Benavidez moves to 75. He moved to 75 to chase him even more.
Yeah.
That I have to just respect.
Yeah.
Nobody chases Benavidez. Yeah. He is. But at the same time...
Benavidez is the chaser.
Facts. Yeah. But at the same time, I respect Benavidez for taking this fight because he really doesn't have nothing to gain. Yeah. This is the definition of a banana skin. Yeah. Morrell is a top fighter who can crack. And you're going in there and saying, you know what, I'm going to...
Top fighter already?
Okay, maybe not, but he's talented. He's extremely talented. And there is no... If you win, people are going to say you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to Benavidez's credit, what I will say... But Morrell's at 75 right now. That win, if you do get a win over Morrell, is going to age like fine wine.
Yeah. Like because Morrell's going to go on to...
you look at the young guys at 75, you know, Yard, Buatsi, like, bro, Morrell's talent-wise is way ahead. And as a Cuban, he's just going to... He's going to be a...
We said it before, he's a Cuban that can crack. We don't really see Cubans that can hurt people that much. And if we do see Cubans that can hurt people, we see them late. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Ortiz. So to see someone that's got that Cuban style, can knock people out, is 175, what is he, 6'2", somewhere around that sort of range. Young guy. I don't even think that Yard and them man want to be seeing Morrell, bro.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be seeing Morrell. The way that they're moving, we're seeing Yard versus Arthur 3.
It's levels.
Do you know what I mean?
It's levels.
It's
and I'm not even disrespecting Yard because Yard's actually taking risks. I give Yard respect. Can you take Kovalev and Beterbiev? Maybe it's more like Buatsi, bro.
I'm not looking at those as risks, though. They're world title shots. So that's what you're in the sport for. That's what you're in the sport for.
Buatsi turned down 2 world title fights, bro.
Yeah, but I don't give him Yard credit. I'm just looking at Buatsi like a Fascio. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not me. You came into the sport for world title shots. You came into the sport.
Yeah, hey, you still.
Bro, do you know when I knew Buatsi was done, yeah? No, bro, let's talk about it. Bro, wait, what topic are we doing now? Because I'm taking this somewhere else, yeah. But do you know when I knew Buatsi was done? You're not done, but when I was done with Buatsi.
Yeah.
A few years ago when AJ used to get interviewed and AJ didn't really do interviews and he starts talking about stuff that's nothing to do with the interview. Yeah. Have you been seeing Buatsi's interviews?
Yeah, recently,
Do you know what I mean? Man, I asked him like, who do you want to fight? He's like, well... I'll just fight whoever. I don't believe you. We don't believe you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your body language is not telling me. Facts. Like he was talking to Bivol come on the. Did you see when Bivol come on the show, the Simon Jordan show? He was on the Simon. Buatsi was in the studio on the Simon Jordan show, and Bivol was there on like virtually in it, and Simon Jordan was talking to him about the fight or whatever. And before they got Bivol on. Buatsi was like, yeah, you know, I want these fights and these the guys I want to fight and blah, blah, blah. And then they got Bivol on. Buatsi was just quiet as a church mouse. Quiet as a church. And then afterwards, he was like, kind of started talking a bit more. And Simon Jordan was like, why didn't you say anything to Bivol? He was here. You could have said something. He was like, yeah, I just know as a professional, he's concentrating on his fight right now. Bro, what are you talking about? Facts. Do you want these fights or not? Facts. It's a fight.
Literally, the man moving like a pastor.
Yeah,
but on a big and serious level, they'll bring that's why you got to give credit for Morrell. You got to give credit to Morrell for taking the fight like this. Yeah. And I'll be real. I know Benavidez in most people's eyes is a firm favorite. I've literally sat down and pondered this fight. I give Morrell
40%,
just under 40% chance. Yeah, I was gonna say 40.
I'll say the same.
Just under 40%
chance. Than people think.
Let me tell you why. And I've said this multiple times. Benavidez, no matter who he fights, he's going to give you an opportunity. I see this guy fight David Lemieux. He gets hit. He gets hit.
He's a very hittable fighter.
He is a hittable fighter. Morrell can crack. Instantly, that automatically gives him a chance. He is fighting the biggest punch he's ever fought, plus someone who he can't weight bully anymore. Yeah. It's the first time someone who's actually
is this his first fight at 175?
No, he had one fight against Voldzik.
That's the yes.
But the Voldzik fight, Voldzik was 4 years out of the ring and retiring.
True, but I just think it's good that he's had one fight to acclimatise to the weight. Just a little bit. Because if this was his first fight at 175, I might just give a little extra couple percentages to Morrell.
But you're right, and you're 1,000,000% right. But why I feel like Morrell's got such a great chance is because Morrell's wanted this fight so much.
Yeah.
Benavidez hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't won it.
I've been studying you for years.
So there's studying, but it's also when you don't want to fight. When you're actually in the fight, there's a certain level of reluctancy. How much has Benavidez been able to motivate himself? Because he didn't get the Canelo fight.
That's what I was going to say. Because he's been focused on Canelo so much. And Canelo down to Morrell feels like such a step down in terms of the boxing hierarchy.
And you can imagine what Al Heyman would have told him. I've signed Canelo. We're going to get that Canelo fight made. You know what I'm saying? So his...
Canelo sold that comp to bear. He sold that to bear, man. Do you know how many people sitting around thinking that?
Bro, even you, man.
I'm going to get this Canelo fight. Canelo's the number one comp, man.
Trust me, bro.
It's about like Canelo, bro.
Bro, my man might as well work for Spat Nation. Spat Nation or whatever it's called.
Pastor Toby in that, man. That's bad. That's
scamming, fam.
That is fact. There's so many people that are about to leave their promoters, and the promoter said, "Nah, stick with me because I've just signed Canelo, so we're gonna get that fight." You're fucking right, bro.
But I feel like Benavidez genuinely didn't want the fight.
Yeah.
Morrell's going to be so motivated. And here's the question I want to give to you.
Okay.
The fact that he's chasing Benavidez for so long, no one don't chase Benavidez. He didn't even chase Canelo. So you can't even say he chased it for the money. Do you think he knows something about Benavidez that we don't know?
No, I just think he backs himself. He's got the last few years... Morrell's what, 21, 22?
I think how old is like 23 now, or 24.
Okay. The last 3 or 4 years since Morrell's been 20, 21, yeah, Canelo's been the name and the money, but he's not been the boogeyman of the division. Facts. Benavidez, not quite the real knockout boogeyman at the top level, but he's been kind of the boogeyman. In fact, Canelo's helped contribute to him being the boogeyman by constantly avoiding him. Fact. So Morrell's thought process is more, I'm going to go after the boogeyman. And actually, if David Morrell can go and knock out David Benavidez, the amount of fights and the amount of doors that open up to him, because he might not chase a Canelo, the size difference or whatever, but if he did, he might have a stronger, especially if he knocked him out in devastating fashion, he'd suddenly have a way stronger argument to fight Canelo than Benavidez ever had. And he could do that with one fight. So that's investing in yourself. That's like, that's proper investment. He would take himself to overnight bang. Do you know what I mean? So now that's like Lamine Yamal at the Euros.
All of a sudden, because where you win these fights, it's not you talking, it's when the fans talk. You knock out Benavidez. Your fans can't even tell you.
Everyone's going to come and say, yo, Canelo, come and fight this guy. Facts. Yo, Yard, come and fight this guy. Yo, all of you, man, come and fight this guy.
Canelo's going to celebrate that win. But that means you're going to have to fight this
100%.
dude. Do you know what I'm saying? 100%. That means you're going to have to fight this dude. For me...
And he's not Mexican.
Trust me.
So you ain't got the no Mexican excuse.
But could you imagine Morrell versus Canelo? That would be mad.
Cinco de Mayo weekend. We already know. Cinco de Mayo 2026.
But here's a counter question. What does a win over Morrell do for Benavidez' career? If anything?
Like we said, the win will be a good win. It will get better as time goes on. Morrell will go on to beat the Buatzis and the Yards and these types of guys and the other 175s. He'll go on to beat those guys. And as he does, that will just add more and more stock to Benavidez. Do you know what I mean? And Benavidez needs and has had a lot of the fans advocating for him. A lot of people outside the Canelo fans are advocating for him to get that Canelo fight. In fact, again, that's only the fight that they'll want to see. Like, man are not going to want to watch him fight Buatsi.
But some people are saying, for me, if Benavidez wins, the fight I want to see him in is the winner of Beterbiev versus Bivol. If he's ready for that. That's a good point.
That's a big jump.
That is a big jump. But if you look at 75, who else would there be for him to fight?
I don't know that. I think that Morrell probably beats Buatsi and Yard and those guys, but there's just, I think, one more fight at 175 before he goes in there.
But Benavidez, we already know the WBC have said the winner of Bivol versus Beterbiev has to fight
David
Benavidez. Neither Bivol nor Beterbiev are going to duck that fight.
No.
Neither of them will duck that fight because they're just not that type of people. So Benavidez then has the decision, am I going to enforce the mandatory? I genuinely think he does. My question to you is, I feel like he will lose to Beterbiev and Bivol.
We'll have to see how much these fights take out of them. But as it stands right now, especially my boy Beterbiev, who I backed in the first fight and I'm back again in the second fight. But
I think he's got a better chance of beating
Beterbiev than he does against Bivol.
No, I think he has a better chance of beating Bivol than Beterbiev. You can't stand in the pocket against Beterbiev, you get knocked out. Bivol, you might be able to outwork him.
And Bivol lost the first fight, albeit very, very close. If he loses the second fight, there's now a blueprint. We still don't have a blueprint of how to beat Beterbiev. We
have a blueprint of how to go the distance, which he can't replicate.
That's against pound for pound one of the greatest fighters of this generation.
Do you know why it's so peak? Because if Bivol beats Beterbiev, it's even worse for Benavidez because you can't do what Bivol done against Beterbiev. And even if you did what Beterbiev done against Bivol, it still weren't good enough to win. So I feel like he beating Morrell, I think you're right. It ages his legacy more and his status more. But what it doesn't do, and I think this is the most unfortunate thing, is it doesn't prepare him for Beterbiev. It doesn't prepare him for Bivol. And he will get a lot of adulation immediately, specifically if he wins in a good fashion. If he doesn't win in a good fashion, that's a different story. But if he wins in a good fashion, 1,000,000% it will age well. But what I feel like it won't do is I feel like because that's his next fight, Bivol Beterbiev will be his next fight. He can't duck that fight. You can't chase Canelo then duck those guys. I just don't think that helps him. Specifically, it's a hard fight.
And again, it's difficult. I think, there's a chance where Bivol wins the next fight and then maybe there's a trilogy fight because it'll be 1-1. But that might work in his favor to have a fight that's kind of in the middle. Because, like I say, going from a young whippersnapper like David Morrell, up and coming, straight up to these two GOAT guys. It depends on how
he wins, though. If he wins, if he has a tough fight, then it's different. I feel like I agree with you. If he walks through him in 1 minute, 1 round, 2 rounds, then bro, knowing fighters' egos, he's not gonna think anyone can beat him, bro. He's not gonna think that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like his attention's now turned to Canelo Beterbiev. But we're going to be live for that. Yep. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tune into that video.